moon will appear red. We call it a blood moon, a diffraction of light coming from the Earth's atmosphere onto the moon itself, giving it a red appearance. So it'll be quite significant.
Harold Kozak knows a lot about astronomy. He's been a college professor for about 35 years and an educator for over 50 years. And he also happens to be my dad.
How many people in here who are first timers have ever traveled in space before? Raise your hand.
With the blood moon lunar eclipse, I traveled just about an hour and 10 minutes up the road from Philly to Clay Pit Ponds Park in Staten Island for a free lecture and stargazing session in prep for the event on March 13th.
So what are the ideal conditions to see this?
It's actually going to have to be just like now, clear, a very clear night, no clouds. It'd be great if there's no wind.
He also says you don't need to invest in big fancy equipment to view this.
As a matter of fact, you don't need a telescope to see this at all. If you are out Thursday evening close to midnight, around 11:58, 11:57, that's when you're going to start to see totality. You'll be able to begin to see the moon eclipsing. Total, I believe it'll go from around 11:57 Thursday evening till around 2:33 or 2:35 in the morning, Friday morning.
And the science behind why it's red? Well, it's all about refraction, something my dad and maybe even some of us might have learned firsthand as kids.
And I remember going to Martling's Pond and we tried to catch frogs. So I'd stand at the edge of the pond like this and I look down, oh, there's that frog right over there. And I take my hand and I think, there it is. And I never grabbed it because even though it looked like it was there, it was really not there. Why? You ever take a glass of water? Put a spoon into a glass of water. Doesn't it look like it's bent? I'm sure you remember the name Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, violet. The red is a very long wavelength.
And that long wavelength is what's refracted and what we'll see make the moon appear red. After the presentation, it was time to head outside. Oh yeah, there's my mom, who of course came with a friend. He took some questions, some, by the way, from some very smart kids.
From what I've seen lately in my talks, kids of all ages are extremely interested in space travel. They're interested in the planets. They're interested in the search for extraterrestrial life. And I think we should use that as a motivation to get kids into science, math, and engineering.
So, weather depending, it might be a long but valuable night for you and the kids.
So you have to stay up very, very late to see it, but I think it's worth it for people that are interested in seeing a blood moon.